Here's a quick overview of a water accumulator tank installation that I did. I pulled out the bottom drawer, and that's where the water pump is. It's right back there. This is just very thin plywood, so what I've done here is installed some 3/8 plywood, and behind this drawer here I could access the back side, and then I put another piece of plywood on that. So basically what we got here is this plywood is screwed through this into that other piece of plywood that's in here behind that drawer. The plywood on the back side of, or behind this drawer here, is simply meant as a backer plate, so I had something to screw this piece of plywood into. It took a little bit of careful planning to figure out the best way to install this and how to mount it and everything. I actually wanted to install it over here because there's a lot more free space. This water line here, that's just my winterization hose. But adding some plywood here was virtually impossible because this panel prevents me from getting in around here to install a backer piece of plywood. I could have just popped this out, but I didn't want to run the risk of damaging it. And I did pull that vent off right there. That's the furnace. So a person could do this if you had two people. One person to screw your front piece of plywood in here, and then another person around in this area to hold, reach in through there and hold the piece of backing plywood in place. And I have a cap here. Water doesn't actually need to flow through this. You can do it that way, but it's not necessary. And then I have a small elbow down at the bottom. And that elbow connects to this water line, which is the main feed output of the pump. It loops around here, and then I have a T right there. And then right here we have a short water line that just goes right up to my elbow on the bottom of the accumulator tank. So what the accumulator tank does is it helps stop short cycling the pump. For example, if you're washing dishes or brushing your teeth and you only have the faucet turned on for a very slow flow of water, the pump will cycle on and off multiple times, and then the water flow will actually vary each time the pump cycles on and off. The accumulator tank provides the same purpose just like it would in a house, where it evens out the flow of water. And basically there's an air bladder inside of this, just like a big accumulator tank in a house where you have a water system that's fed by a well in a house. So anyway, I've had the accumulator tank in my previous RVs, and one of them I've actually moved from one RV to the other, and I've actually done the same thing with this one too. I took it out of another travel trailer and installed it here. Traveling, it's a very worthwhile upgrade because it drastically cuts down on the on and off cycling the pump. So it's definitely something that I would recommend for anybody that has an RV. Part of the process first is to look around and see if you've got space to install it. In another video, I'll show you how to quiet down any noise that the pump makes because of water lines that move or rattle against each other.